Folks, we are back in a very special episode number 14.
14.
14 of these things, man.
It's weird for me not to be like at home.
I know. This first one since Alex Wasabi in person.
Yes.
Good to see
Second
you, my
in
man.
person. My guy.
Good to see it. It's real. We're in person. We are 2 days away. By the time they see this, one day away.
Okay.
Actually, by the time they see us, 2 days away. From fight night. My math's not the best. But I want to get your... The whole reason we're doing this in the hotel is we want to get Sensei's final thoughts. This is a Sensei-centered podcast. I know it's usually me carrying, that's what I do. But we want to focus it on Sensei this week because you're fighting, man.
Yeah.
And we're here. We just did media workouts. Talk to me about, one, the experience. We're in London. It's probably the worst accent I could have given, but we tried.
It was cool. I didn't get a chance to do a media workout at the last one. When I competed
really?
over at Flow.
Okay.
Yeah, we just showed up. That was the first of its kind with YouTube. So it was we just showed up the day before weigh-ins and got it done. So the media workout was cool. It was good. The vibe was great. So
it was a really nice vibe this time around. Everybody was either locked in or not to a degree that was like mean mugging guys, but it was you were locked in or you were relaxed and comfortable like you were. Yeah. Very relaxed. Very
when I got there, JJ was already moving around, so it was cool. I got a chance to see JJ.
First in,
move around,
he was in there right away.
Yeah.
And they weren't playing no games. They were like, Wade, you might not be able to get an interview with him. I was like, that's fine, whatever.
It makes sense because if he comes in late, the show's running late.
And you saw it.
He starts.
Everyone running
he's done.
behind.
He can get out. Then we can go from there. So.
But what have you been since we got to London, man? How you been feeling? I know you've done this before, right? This is a couple times you've been over here, but
yeah, but it's nice to be out this early.
Yeah.
I don't usually get a chance to enjoy just London.
Yeah, I was gonna say you and a bit of the team and the fam got to go around a little bit, see some sights.
Yeah, we've been going to the movies. We've been spending some time and just kind of like a little mini vacation.
Yeah.
Which usually I show up the day before weigh-ins.
Yeah.
So it's just like as soon as you land, you're locked in.
You are Mr. Show up, go in, fight, leave. That is it. Sparring, fighting. That's what you do.
It's crazy because I've been here and I've been like, oh wait, it's only Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even right now, I'm like, it's Wednesday. I'm thinking all right, tomorrow, showtime.
Yeah.
I'm so used to I'm in a foreign place.
Yeah.
About to go, but it's still a couple days away. So that part of it's nice just to enjoy London.
Yeah. But yeah, you did the media workouts. You're moving around a bit. You're throwing some high kicks, you know what I'm saying? Some spinning kicks.
Yeah, put a little show on for the people,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to entertain them.
I want to say I feel personally victimized by one of those kicks because you threw it a little higher, and I thought maybe that was you envisioning, you know what, I'm sick of Wade taking over this dang podcast and not letting me talk, so I'm like, yeah! And I was like, hold on a second, bro. That was a little too high. Show some flexibility, though, okay?
I know. I was pretty surprised with that hook kick, that spinning hook kick or wheel kick, whatever you guys call it. This dexterity in my hip was really loose.
Yeah,
so it was there. Stuff. Almost took off coach's
I was going to say, you got to watch out.
No, you're going to throw it full out.
But yeah, man, you looked good. You looked fit. You looked ready. Let's talk about it, though, because, like I said, we're only days away.
Yeah.
And for the breakdown people, they want to know, man, as these final days approach, what's the mindset? Because I thought you gave a really good insight into training for a fight, right? You were talking to me about, and it's some real stuff, man. The loneliest sport in the world, is combat sports. You're an army of one in there because
just you.
No matter how much your team can be there for you outside it, no matter how many sparring partners are there for you, when you walk in, it is just you. So is that mindset, is it starting to set in more and more now?
Yeah, for sure. Today, for example, I probably had the strongest fight nerves today because at the open workout, I wasn't showing much, so I didn't really do much. Mm-hmm. So I was still the cortisol still going through my veins. I didn't have I was still lethargic.
You didn't get it out, yeah.
Right, so when Kenny started moving around, I see him sweating. My body's like, oh, it's go time, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, I want to work out. So I had to relax and then cool down, and then I got all the energy out in my workout right before this.
It's interesting,
so
man.
It was nice.
It's interesting how that works because, obviously for you, you're actually fighting. But being in that environment today and watching all those guys start moving around and stuff, you started seeing people that aren't even fighting start going up to the speed bag and touching it and hitting it. And started walking over to the heavy bag and just kind of hitting one shot. And I'm like, you can see this is it's human nature, This I don't want to say it's like a barbaric thing, but there's some perceived kind of idea.
No, for sure, because people are going to start.
Yeah.
It's like when people start to square up or a fight's about to go down. The tensions rise.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And you felt that today.
Yeah, for sure. I felt it a bunch. It's definitely not. I've had some pretty bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like GSP level, about to throw up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm never doing this again.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
because cage fights, first time fighting, small gloves, like MMA gloves, 4 ounces, like those kind of situations I've been in. So I've been there before.
Yeah.
But the thing about this one, man, it's similar. I feel similar to when I fought PJ in the sense that I get to compete in front of the people that I do YouTube videos for.
Yeah.
So it's very different because I get to compete. This is the only time I get to connect with the people in person.
That's very important to you, I can tell too.
So like when we do when we did the Creator Clash.
Yep.
I get to interact with the people is nice, but now I get to perform, and I know a lot of people want to see me compete because if it wasn't for them wanting to see me compete, I wouldn't be here. It's a big part of it. So I enjoy, like, they've allowed me to be a YouTuber and do all this stuff. So I really enjoy getting the opportunity to perform in front of them. I know they want to see me out there, especially the UK fan base. I love being in UK.
They rock with
because it's even
you.
better. Honestly, the fan base out here for me is stronger than it is in the States. If we competed like in LA, it wouldn't be the same as here. So like being able to compete here for me in front of the fans, just be able to make the walk and perform is just awesome.
When the UK people know FaZe Sensei is in town, the mood shifts, man. Like it's not even like a joke to say that. It really does happen that way.
We're talking KSI before Joe Weller. Mm-hmm. What year was that?
2017? 2018?
Yeah.
Early 2018 to 2017?
Yeah, because he fought Logan soon after.
He fought Logan around this time in 2018, so August or October 2018.
Yeah. So it was like that's when it started.
Yeah.
Back then, and then the fan base has
been rocking with you since.
Shown so much love since then. So
well, let's talk about this, man. You stayed around for a bit. You got to see a lot of guys move around in there.
Yeah.
Outside of your fight, and we'll get back to your stuff in a second. What did you see that you liked from some guys? Did you see Sam Hyde spit on me? Not on purpose, but he was just going in.
Oh,
not on purpose. So did you see Sam? He was.
I just
around?
His.
So Sam went into full. He's the candy man.
Yeah.
He's from Rhode Island though, so I don't know how he's the Irish accent where that came in, but he hit me with it, and then he started putting his finger in my chest, and you know what I'm saying, I had to be like, hold on a second, because I looked down and there was blood on his finger, and I didn't know where it came from, so I was a little apprehensive as to what was going to happen next. And then the ferocity in which his Irish accent came out I had some spit on me, but that was interesting.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it was rough.
But he looked pretty loose out there.
He can go a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know why the ski mask was involved.
I don't know either.
He's a character a bit.
But he didn't have a lot of tension up there.
No.
He's got big shoulders.
He's a big boy. Frankenstein's monster. I don't know where he was made.
He's like a big guy. He's got some muscle mass.
He's up there next to you, so you better, better be careful. Come to the dojo.
He's like
see
6. I know, Rhode Island.
He's a Rhode Island guy.
He's on the same flight as me.
Oh yeah, you said that.
I get there and then they're like Samuel Hyde, and I was like, or whatever his name is. Samuel. I was like, what? I was like, Sam Hyde's here?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh snap.
He said hi to you. On the flight. He said what's up.
Yeah, on the flight. Yeah, or something. So.
Who else you like today? You saw.
Dude, Nathan Salt Poppy.
Yeah, bro.
Dude he is.
Yeah. As soon as I came out, you know what? I walked by Vidal and he goes, Salt Poppy is real. Yeah, he's real.
He's gonna be a problem.
I'm telling you. Like, you know what? You know what's funny? I was talking to him last night. Guess who he wants? He wants you.
Oh, he said me? Mm-hmm. We have been talking this whole time, and he was like, "Oh, we're on the same weight." He's like, "Yeah."
He keeps bringing that to me like I can do it. I'm like, I'm not matchmaking.
I think we're at the same. We're at the same.
It would
weight.
be interesting. I think
they had talked about it before. I don't think Happy Punch wanted to do it because we're on the same team. Like, wait, no.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough when you have that kind of back and forth.
Both guys that everyone
loves.
He does.
He looks great, man.
But he's a problem, dude. He's not. He's someone that, he's someone that you want to get early.
100%.
Because he's already had a natural ability. And now he sees the passion. He sees what can be. So you saw the weight that he lost.
Yeah, that was the indicator.
He's putting it together. He's getting better. Yeah. I was telling JJ the same thing. I'm like, Poppy's coming for everybody.
It's gonna be a problem.
So he's gonna be a problem. Dude.
And he's talking about going down further in weight to get guys too.
Yeah.
He's like, I feel good. I can go down further.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't let that get to Deji or anybody else because that's gonna be a problem.
He's gonna be a problem. And then Dean, obviously.
Dean, I was gonna say Dean looks good always.
Yeah, he looks good always.
How about him telling Evil Hero to tie his shoe, putting his shoe on the ropes?
I don't know. I heard. Was it you who told me that? I saw someone say.
He was over there dancing on him too. He's like, tie my shoe. I think he said, tie my shoe, bitch. Sorry for everybody, but I'm pretty sure he said that to him.
Damn.
But yeah, speaking of, Salt Poppy moving down and talking about Deji, did you get to see a bit of Deji? He was the last one in there. I don't know if you were still there.
I was already heading out then, but I had I think I saw a little bit, but I watched the footage there.
You watched it back? You had to go back and watch your footage. That's why he was watching.
Oh,
Let me go back and look at what I was doing.
Yeah, no, but he looked he also just talking to him. I don't know about the meter workout, but talking to him.
There was a different vibe.
There's a different vibe to him. He looks a lot more ready.
He looks honestly more relaxed than I'd seen.
Yes, I was gonna say he looks more relaxed, composed, and confident. And doesn't look like false confidence. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't like put on confidence, right?
You know, and shoulders look a little bit leaner too, which is nice.
Yeah. He's got natural power.
And even Kenny just.
Oh, Kenny was locked in.
I've talked about in the interviews, like just you looking at it from an unbiased, from the breakdown point of view here.
Yeah.
Like Kenny's a dude who, like, will continue to. He's locked in. He's doing it the right way. He's with Daly. He's focusing just on boxing. You know what I mean? He's locked in. And with his like base and his like projection, if he keeps doing it, he's somebody. Because there's some people like maybe this isn't for you,
right? You
know what I mean? This is definitely something that he can continue to do.
Absolutely. And I said it to Daly when they got in the ring, when they walked in. From the time they walked in, it was like he was laser focused, and I've seen him like that all week. You know, I bumped into him a couple times and. All I can read from Kenny is he's focused. He's ready. You know?
Locked in, confident.
As ready as he is going to be, he is that now.
Yeah.
And it's the perfect time for, and you know this too, a fighter to be peaking at that time, right?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
You want to feel healthy, sharp, confident. Yeah. You've gone through everything, so.
Did you get to see, you might have been gone by this point, did you get to see any of Slim?
No, I only saw a snippet. I did not get to see Slim.
Slim was...
I saw a little snippet of him firing on the pad.
Going nuts. That was the most odd open workout I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure he did like the Rock impersonation. He was bouncing off the ropes, and I thought he was going to drop a people's elbow at one point. He was pulling back a bow and arrow and shooting cameras.
I didn't see any of that. He seems like a high-energy type guy. Like,
well, you think about it.
Like
this guy's getting an opportunity out of nowhere to be against your boy, Temper. Yep. In the co-main event, and Tipper came out with the ferocious rock paper scissors game. I don't know if you guys saw that. I'm pretty sure he lost to Wally too.
That's classic. That's classic Wally.
Yeah.
I think they wanted to juggle.
And he had a baseball in his hand.
Yeah, the team was like, "No, don't do that." And he was like,
So he was like, you've been around Temper a little bit. What's the vibe with him right now? What's he feeling?
He feels great. I mean, he's been like even more dedication from the last camp.
Yeah.
Like he turned up even more so.
Do you feel a different energy with him this time around? Do you feel like he's more, I wouldn't even say like more locked in, because of course he's locked in, but more intense a bit this time around?
Yeah, because he's like living the boxing lifestyle, and he had his first fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you've got that win, so you're rolling from that momentum.
Yeah.
And like he's living at the gym.
Yeah.
You know, I heard about that even with Gibb. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
These dudes are just living at the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Vidal was telling me that.
It's cool to see that, because you know that it's going to show up.
Yeah.
And like the whole level of like YouTube boxing is just going to be like.
Yeah. We were talking about it.
Guys are living at the gym.
Yeah. And you know what? The reason I bring up, Temper having a different intensity, the guys behind camera will speak to this. I had him in a face-to-face with Slim about an hour ago. I haven't seen Temper like that. Slim was doing some talking like Slim does.
Yeah.
And Temper got to the point where he's like, I'm going to fuck you up.
Oh, wow.
And laser beamed at him. No smile.
Tommy's usually like server boy,
And he wasn't moving. He was,
and
I kept looking over at him. I was like, because Tommy's usually, like you said, he's
yeah.
And I kept looking over, and he just kept getting more focused. And then at one point, Jesus Christ, let's talk about this. So we get him in there, in the room, and that was already, I was trying so hard. I've been the last 2 days trying to get a face-to-face with these two. Finally we get it.
Yeah, no.
And then in walks Ryan Taylor. And we already know the problems here. He walks in with Temper, right?
Oh, my God.
And this didn't seem very out of nowhere. This seemed very planned.
Oh, my gosh. Man.
So at first I'm the first thing I said was, RT, please, let's not have anything, And he's like, oh, it's fine, which I agree with him. It's fine if we don't have any issues, right?
Yeah, of course.
So here's the problem. The way the room was set up, it's Slim on the right side of me. I'm in the middle. Temper on the left side of me. When they came in, everybody's team was on the left, for the most part. There might have been like a couple of Tommy's guys on the right. Then Ryan walks around behind Slim while we're filming or about to start. Then Wally, for whatever reason, walks behind, like goes and sits on the other side. I don't remember why, but he does.
He's probably looking out for Ryan.
Probably, yeah. Because Wally, he knows this. Pro. He's not gonna act like a
no.
Like Wally's, he
knows.
Knows, he knows this scene, so he's not gonna do anything stupid. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it was so funny. One of Slim's guys goes, "Hell nah, we ain't doing this. Unless they kicked out, it's over." And the funniest thing was he walked out alone. No one followed him. I was like, is he gone or are we?
Slim's guy?
Slim's guy. He just walked out.
Oh, my God.
And I know what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
But in the moment, he was the only one that left, and we were like, so can we do it without him? Or
oh, my God.
And then there was a whole big brouhaha, and everybody's like, no, it's not going to be that, all this. And finally, cooler heads prevailed. And again, that was where I brought in, I was like, hey, now, listen. Everybody listen to me. Ain't nobody listening to me. It was they settled it themselves. And I understood from Slim's side, the way it looked, it was like, why are y'all having to go back behind him and act like
because
this?
It comes off like
you're trying to intimidate him. And,
you're trying to punk me right now.
And that, it is what it is. But cooler heads prevailed, and honestly, I thought there was a great face-to-face, man. I thought they did really well. I thought, Slim did his thing, and Tommy had some.
If you caught that part, that's probably spicy as well. So.
We'll see, but yeah, it was so funny to watch him just storm out of the room. He's like, "We're leaving." He was the only one that left. But no, it was good to see them face-to-face, and it was really good to see Temper to be like, "Oh, this is different for him."
Because he doesn't usually, he was trolling last time.
There was none of that.
You don't get much of anything from him. So
you guys will see that. Probably before this, so fair play. You guys are going to see that. But I wanted to talk to you about, heading into tomorrow, we get the presser. Mm-hmm. And then it's really going to be that time where you spend that time alone with yourself and getting ready before fight night. Mm-hmm. And we come out on Saturday. I guess the question is, what mark do you want to leave on Saturday? I know you've been thinking about it a lot, and now that question's going to get answered soon. And I know you're going to answer it on your own video, but for the breakdown people, what are the thoughts now? We're here, it's time.
Main thing is perform and leave it out there.
Yeah.
For me, there's especially combat sports, striking or anything. Yeah. You can have a softer approach. You can be like, let me be more tender. Let me fight smarter.
Yeah.
Let me, you know what I mean? I want to plan this out. All that kind of stuff. Sparring, right? Yeah. Some days you want to go in there. Some days you're like, nah, I'm just gonna plan to play the outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
your whole thing this entire camp has been, I want to go in and have a different fight this time.
Yeah. I want to from outside of myself. I feel. Responsible in a way to perform for the people in a way. I'm taking it back to the Career Clash event. Yeah. Just outside of myself, my selfish.
That's where I saw the spark. Yeah. Because when we came into that week, and people I don't know if we ever talked about this on camera, but when we came into that week, it was one, we were first meeting, and we were just chopping it up, doing whatever. First time we met in person. And two, it was we were both kind of there, we didn't know, whatever, this is cool, we're doing our thing, we don't know what's about to happen. And then on the night of the fights, and as it got closer, I started to notice your energy switch. Yeah. And it was more just because, you started throwing punches at people, and we started seeing it. And then on the night of the fights, in between fights, you're standing up and shadow boxing, and I'm oh, he's starting to itch a little bit. He wants to get back.
It was just because the performance and then the crowd.
The crowd was nuts.
That's what you're there for.
Yeah.
You're there to perform. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if you're going to win a belt, we can talk about that in a separate note, but you're going to win a belt is different. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to whatever. But, performing for the people that are showing up to see you, and for me, that's exactly what I'm doing. The people who are here are coming to see us, compete. So I feel kind of really outside of myself in a sense where I feel like I'm going out there to perform and leave it out there. Yeah. And just go for it. And I don't want to feel like, oh, I left some out there, or I was a bit gun shy, I was a bit tentative, I was on my back foot too much. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I want to just go for it. And I don't know if this is with where I'm at now, this could be my last one.
We talked about that, and I was even going to bring it up again, but I know that's something, I wouldn't even say you're struggling with, but you just you're leaving it out there to be like, you know what? If it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't.
But it's nothing new. I've said on my own channel for the last 3 years. Yeah. I may do one more. Yeah. I might do one more. Right. If you guys ask for it. Right. I'll give you guys one more. It's not like it's anything new. So it's already been a part of it. Mm-hmm. So that part of it too, I feel in a sense there's nothing to lose. Yeah. Because even if it is the end of the road, I'm gonna go out on my shield.
Go out on the bang.
I'm going out swinging. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for that. You know what I'm saying? And just as a personal note, as a martial artist, I get to compete as a pro in boxing, which just means no head guards and smaller gloves, which I just haven't done. So it's my bucket list.
That's that one.
My next thing is the jiu-jitsu competition. So I haven't. That's the only thing I haven't competed.
I saw you did a nice little single the other day. It was on air, but you had a nice little drop down single. You know
so I got but I know
totality of martial arts.
In jiu-jitsu, you can. I'm probably gonna compete as like a blue belt as like in the master class like 45. Sandbag a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You can do it in jiu-jitsu.
Just walk in,
later.
Yeah.
Striking sports,
nah,
you can't.
You ain't going around
it's a young man's
getting in
game.
smokers at 45.
That's why you see even MMA fighters. You see the ones that are older that do well.
The transition.
Wonder Boy is an outlier.
Yeah.
But even then, he's losing his fights now because he doesn't have the same bounce, the same spring that he did because he's a striker.
Yeah.
But you see guys like Glover Dexter, grapplers.
They lean on that grappling. Yeah.
Because you grapple.
Absolutely.
It's more.
Cormier.
It's not grappling and wrestling doesn't have to be a young man's game.
Right.
But the striking,
the speed.
A part of it, I was just saying to my family, I'm like, man, I wish y'all saw me when I was 23, dog.
I know.
Like when I was 23, you know what I'm saying?
Prime
we're talking
Sensei.
about 31 right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm playing football, like, you know what I mean? Enjoying. We're talking about.
You were playing, by the way. The day before he flew out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Saturday, yeah.
Semi-pro football player, star quarterback, American football. The day before he flies out, he goes and plays a full game of football.
Dude, my rest days were game day. So we just planned it like Saturdays.
Yeah.
Are game days.
He's a madman.
Unfortunately, most of my sparring I could only get on Saturday. So the game that I actually had like
you
two
sparred
touchdowns.
the same day, yeah.
Hard sparring in the morning, and then have my game at night.
Madness.
But my coaches and people are always like, "Are you still playing?" I'm like, obviously.
Clearly.
It's me, dude. Obviously, I'm going to be playing.
I'm going to lead the team, bro.
Yeah,
Get on my back and shut up.
So, like,
but no,
it's like only like my fiance and my parents in the stands. Like, that's all that matters.
Dude, you love the game. I think that's what people read off you a lot, man. Is like you genuinely when you say like I'm doing this because people have asked for it because I feel I guess an obligation to show my fan. It's genuinely because you love doing it. Like there's no other reason. You have this life outside of stuff where it's set. You know, we have the breakdown. You didn't have to.
Like that. No, like people are like, do not know how much I love my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like life is great.
Yeah.
So, like, and I'm excited for people were saying like the KSI Jake Paul is at the end of YouTube boxing, and I was like, dude, YouTube boxing wasn't a thing until Joe Weller and KSI, and no one ever thought it would get here.
Yeah.
Because what happened was more names got involved, and they also got a lot more serious, and guys are only getting more serious now. So the fact that Jake is beating people who are legit, KSI is we're now getting to the stage where it's the first YouTuber to fight a pro boxer.
Yeah.
Right. So we're just hitting the surface, and
scratching.
And guys aren't taking it like a circus.
Yep. That's the big deal.
They're literally in the gym 5-6 days a week for 4 to 5 hours. That's all they do. You know. So
that's
to me, it's still just the beginning.
Yeah, and listen, the fandom I think will be there as the cream rises to the crop, and we're gonna see that. But yeah, I think what people are gonna get from this and from your fight on Saturday is that you did this for no other reason than just to put on a show for people that have rocked with you since you were 23. Since 2014, where you're throwing left hooks in MMA fights and getting scratchy footage that looked like it was on a microwave.
People don't even know. I don't know people. Some people know, like OGs know, but I did that for YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't an active fighter. I wasn't even competing.
Was that the one you talked about being on Cater's card?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on Calvin Cater's.
I was like, oh, listen, my YouTube channel, I was like, I just started, and the FaZe guys were moving to LA, so I was moving back home.
Yep.
Channel's gonna be dead. I got no future.
Right.
Hit up Calvin, bro. Can you give me a fight? Just promise me you'll give me the footage.
Yeah.
That was the deal. Obviously, no money. It's amateur.
Yeah.
Whatever. Told all the FaZe guys, if you show up and vlog it, I'll do an MMA fight. I'll just take one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Took this fight. You want to talk about nerves, dude? Nothing will match the nerves
from that night.
We're talking like, I've never experienced that kind of fear in my life.
But that's the thing too, because of the situation you were in, right? You were like, this is it.
See, then I needed something to prove. Everything was right in line. I lose that fight, or I don't perform well.
Life could change.
There's no channel.
Life.
I'm not here. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? None of that happens because JJ
saw
connected to me from that fight.
Saw that video, yeah.
3 years later.
Madness.
It was like an old video. So like we're talking, FaZe Adapt Alex.
Yep.
Was like, hey, remember Periscope? He's like, Sensei, there's like 20,000 people on Periscope right now. Want to say hi? Literally, I'm like next, about to go out and fight.
You're like, hi.
Let alone the nerves.
Yeah.
Right. So of just like regular fight nerves.
Now,
MMA, no shin guards. It's amateur, but no shin guards.
4 ounces, yeah.
4 ounces. And with those kind of gloves, and we're kicking and punching, anything can happen.
Right.
So you want to talk about.
It's crazy how life works, man. It really is. It's crazy how you went from that and now.
Tommy was there, the whole crew was there, and the come full circle. Now Tommy's
in the co-main, man. It's crazy.
And he's a co-main.
He's a co-main. Calling out KSI. You saw that.
I know. I saw that
what about
too.
that?
I was like, yo, Tommy's something else.
He's going for it, bro.
That's it. Hey, that one
makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Bro, I said it in my video. I said.
Especially because Austin is like impossible to get. So, if, he doesn't have to go get Austin next. Yeah. Temper makes a lot of sense.
I said in my video, I said that he should have been the replacement from the Rip. It should have been Timber.
Oh, man.
But let's do this, man. Let's let the people give one last message to them before we head out. Your last message to Kenny and the people watching from the Breakdown Pod and FaZe Sensei's channel, man. What's the last message?
Nah, Kenny, just be ready to. I know he's ready. Yeah. I don't gotta say anything to Kenny. He's prepped. Daly's got him ready. Yep. I love Daly. I watch his stories all the time. Yep. He's
hilarious.
He's hilarious.
He's the man.
I love it. But to the fans, I appreciate you, and do not miss this fight because I am leaving it on the line, biting down on the mouthpiece, dude. I don't know. I wanted it to be like, dude, freaking. Oh, what was her name? Freaking. Yodeling Haley, dude.
Of course. And the Minx and Yodeling Haley fight.
The Minx?
Oh, as long as you drop it like Minx did in the fight. Minx did.
See, and
she was a battering ram. Bro.
It was what was the other one too? Was it Ryan? A guy named Ryan
McGee and Alex Ernst.
Dude, just
heaters. That's what you want.
Yeah, it would be, I mean,
not necessarily the same, but
this is what they want.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I wanna.
Like you said, you just want to leave it all out there.
Yeah, I want to leave it all out there. I'm treating it like it's my last, like it could be, which is a treat for the fans.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not like, oh no.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nah, forget that. Here we go.
Let's go.
I gotta, win this.
Yep.
Wow the crowd, and then go win a chip at home.
Bring that ring back to the Hitman, baby. There it is. I think that's a great place to leave it. A little bit more subdued than we normally would be, but. We got some claps in the crowd. We got fans.
From the ops. I'm just
from the ops. He's out of here. No, but this one, I wanted a different feel for this, and I knew it was gonna be because this is one of one. We're probably not. I mean, we'll see, but I don't know if we'll ever do one like this again.
I know, dude.
Going into possibly your last fight, and I wanted to give you guys that treat. So did Sensei. So there it is.
We'll be here as just the analysts. We'll just be the commentators.
I know. We will be.
I can't wait till we do that again.
I know. Creator Clash is coming up, man. They're starting to rumble a bit.
Dude, I'm really excited for that.
Every time we do it, bro.
Bro, man.
Bro, we're going to get signed
oh, man.
Airsoft Fatty gear as well when we go.
Yes.
Signed Airsoft.
We got to put that in our contract. He must be there, dude.
Folks, special guest just popped by. My man Vidal.
Hello.
In the building. Good to see you, my brother.
Come on.
Like we were in the middle of talking about, Sensei's fight. It's coming closer, and we were chatting about, his whole experience in fight week and him just being back in the ring again after a long layoff and how much this one means to you. You got to see him today in the media workouts. What'd you think, man?
Well, I actually missed your media workout.
I didn't really do much in the workout.
I didn't think.
Oh, I thought you were there. You weren't there yet.
I was there. But I was doing my own
little
interviews and stuff. But I know you wouldn't show much anyway because you're a real fan, innit? That's what we do. We just tap out and keep everything disguised. So I didn't expect to see much. But one thing I would say is your energy. Your energy is on a different thing right now. I can see you're like zoned in. You're not being rude to anyone or anything.
No.
But you're like zoned in. Just saying enough. Focused on the goal. Like I feel that from me.
Ready to fight.
Heck yeah, man. We were just.
Do the talking right
I was gonna say, let me do all the talking, man. That's what I'm good at. Just run this friggin' mouth. Off camera, we were just talking, and I have to bring this up now. We were just talking basketball and the UK basketball scene.
Quick bank shot,
Quick bank shot.
At the end of the day, if it's a game-winning situation,
we now have to play. I think there needs to be a 2-on-2 Real and Wills versus Breakdown basketball game.
You don't want to play with Lee.
I was gonna say,
you're
getting fouled. No, I'm staying on Vidal.
He's a football player.
We're not switching picks. We're not doing that. You play Leon 1Vs. I'm playing with him. You know what I'm saying? We got our mans.
I'm involved. I'm actually involved.
You're gonna take all that physicality. I'm not messing with. I ain't switching no picks.
Lenient with the fouls. I'm all good.
I bought a football helmet and I'm good.
He tries to pick me. It's a brick wall, bro. I'm not running through that.
I know
Leon plays basketball.
I got a good screen. Rooms.
It was a screen door today.
That was a screen door today.
Right. The screen door today.
The screen door today. It's gonna be like the Bad Boy Pistons. That's gonna be like
That's what I'm saying. We got Big Ben. We got I ain't mess with that. He's the '90s Knicks, bro. Ewing and Oakley.
I want to listen. I met a world peace.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying.
That's my style of
I'm
play.
saying, bro. We don't want Malice in the Palace Part 2. We don't want that, bro.
We need a ref.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready.
But no, I thought that was interesting. We were talking some basketball, but yeah, no. When you talked about Sensei's energy, I've been saying the same thing, man. Since fight week started, it's been, and he even talked about it before fight week. We had a pretty dope conversation about what it meant to be, a fighter at this point, where you're making those long runs at night and no one else can kind of be around. And I know you can speak to that more, but let's talk about what happened when I got to experience just a little taste of what it meant to be a fighter. I showed up at Vidal's gym the other night.
Yeah, he decided to rock up.
I did.
I'll be fair. He didn't just turn up.
Now we're gonna show this in its totality on the screen while Sensei's watching this.
Ooh.
But I want to show you what happened when Vidal decided. I'll give you 2 shots. He gave me 2. I'll give you the first one, and I think the reason that he gave me a second one was how I reacted to the first one. So you take a look at these. Just click that one right there that says 16 seconds first, and take a look at that. It'll be on screen for you guys. This is the first one.
I guess we're doing this body shot challenge.
Yeah, he looks nervous.
The first one, he took it like a champ.
Oh, okay.
So I took the first one.
that one.
I took the first one, all right? So here, let me show you the second one now.
I said he
I gotta give you
Yeah,
volume.
you just slapped him though. You should have
here's
sold
the
him more
thing.
weight. Now he's gonna kill you on this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you volume on this one.
Should have gave him a little.
So you should have sold it more.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When he hit Christian sold it like he died.
Yeah,
And
Christian
that's
sold
why
it. He sold it
he
well.
was smart because
But I
that's
hit him
why,
hard anyway.
But you cracked him anyway.
But yeah.
So now this is the second one, and he went rear hand. So he said, "Oh, that
that's right.
southpaw
That
stuff's
was
cool.
lead.
Let's go rear hand now."
All right, round 2, body shot challenge. Let's get it.
I can see the step, the
You
rock.
you heard the reaction. I thought he broke my clavicle.
The funniest bit is when you lift up your T afterwards, you was like, yep. And then you lift up Christian's T and he was
Christian
like,
looked like he got Ric Flair chopped, son.
Damn.
It was a red mark from nipple to nipple, son. I've never
but he
seen.
took it though. He's like,
There it is right here.
But he took it.
He took it like a champ.
Oh, let's
Is this
see.
his
We'll
one?
put this on screen for you guys.
Oh, he looks. Oh.
He's like, you can do harder than that.
That was the first one.
No, to be fair, both you guys, you didn't just like say, "Oh, that would do." Like you wanted to feel something.
Yeah.
Like there's a part
Yeah.
of you that wanted to feel like,
Yeah.
okay,
What's
let me
it
take
feel?
something.
It was
Not
a
just,
hammer, bro.
okay, yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
It was a
that's right.
hammer.
I respect the guys.
If that was upstairs, that's shattering faces. You know what I mean?
Like, it was good to have you done the gym, man.
No,
To
it was
see
fun
me
though,
in
right?
person, like I know you watch me.
That was what I wanted to talk about with you. I saw him in person for the first time, and I know you've been in there with him, and you've seen it in real time somewhat, right? Where he'll turn it up, and you'll be like, "Oh shit, this is real."
Yeah.
I got to see it in person. It was different, man, than I'd seen on camera. I even told Christian this. I was like, when I saw Vidal in person, I understood what it meant to be a high-level athlete that could do multiple sports. If he was in any other sport, even football, from the age he started and how serious he took boxing, I guarantee you.
Yep.
Or no, basketball even. Maybe not now. The bank shots are not rolling now. I'm basketball.
Listen, I'm going
You'd
Leeds tomorrow.
have to be like a Pat Bev, a point guard.
I'm going Leeds tomorrow. I'm getting myself an OG shirt.
This man's running
it was like
to
If
Paul
we do
Pierce
this 2-on-2, I'm gonna be ready.
It was like
for
Paul Pierce. You gotta put that clip up. He's like, "Did you call bank?" He's like, "Nah, I called game."
I called
bro."
game.
He made it.
But no, I got to see in person how good he really is and will be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just little stuff, man. Little bits that you see him do his footwork. You can see him not having to, like, you tell him one thing and it's done. There's no re-explaining. It's okay, cool.
Yeah,
and even seeing his
that's
dad
important.
do it too. Like his dad and Derek's a funny guy in his own right.
That's what helps, having a coach can do it, and like he knows how to communicate something. To
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
When you got that communication with your coaches, where you can say minimal words but get the best outcome, and the outcome everyone wants,
Yeah.
time is saved.
Yeah.
That's how I don't waste any sessions. Like, I don't want to go back to the next session and hear the same thing, because then I'll get bored.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you just learn it so you can move on. You know.
Yeah.
That's kinda how-
Keep building.
It was dope though. It was dope to see. Christian said I stuck out like a sore thumb. Where were we at?
Oh, he's in Plusto, like East London, kind of like.
Apparently
in the
that's
ends.
the ends.
Yeah.
She's like, bro, you sticking out right now. I was like, what do you mean I'm sticking out?
Nah,
what are you talking about?
It's like an ostrich out there.
I'm good, bro. What are you talking about? But no, yeah, it was.
I want to ask Sensei a question.
Go ahead, bro.
Since I'm here on the breakdown, what is the hardest thing dealing with this fight week? What is the most challenging thing? Like, what do you think you're giving yourself extra effort to just like chill out about or make sure it's done correctly? Is
I think like since I'm out here earlier, because I've always just like shown up like the day before weigh-ins for most of my fights, so I don't usually have a time where I'm like chilling and I'm like, oh, when's the fight? So making sure I'm still getting a good workout in, and then trying to prepare for fight day. So I say that's the biggest thing different what I've done now that I've done in the past is like visualizing and then walking through planning for fight day.
Right.
So that we know, we're gonna have a warm up room, what we're gonna do, even just when I'm working out, so I'm peaking at the right time of the day, acclimating it and just walking through the stuff, because I'm not usually as prepared as I am now. For most of my fights, I'm just like, I just show up, let's just do this,
Just do it.
But this one there's a lot more preparation involved. Trying to do that because I haven't been really prepared for most of my fights. I just go out there and do it. So trying to do as much as I can to prepare properly so I can perform as best as I can. You know what I mean?
And the weight is good.
Yeah, I'm under.
Oh yeah, brilliant. We love to hear that.
You were saying you were like Kenny might come in heavier.
Yeah, I don't know what he's at, but I was under.
What's the agreed weight?
182.
182. What's that in kg?
Like
70 something.
Yeah.
So I was in pounds.
Creator Clash. When were you in Creator Clash at that point?
Oh,
That's about 82 kg, I think.
yeah, something like that.
About 82 kg.
I was 196
So you
pounds
dropped, yeah.
at
At Creator Clash.
at Creator Clash.
When was that?
April.
I dropped about 15 to 20 pounds.
Yeah.
And I dropped it early. I was like,
And you can see it too, not like on your face. You can see it in your obviously in your physique, but you can see like you look completely different.
Yeah, for sure. So like, that was it happened quick. I lost it.
As soon as you guys started turning up that heat in the gym.
Yeah.
As soon as Coach Tang.
No AC.
No AC.
No.
AC.
90. Well, you said it was like 95.
It was like
in
95 Fahrenheit.
there. Yeah, that was like
90
last
to
night
95.
too. You were in there cooking last night.
I need this translation going on again.
Yeah, what's that?
Oh, the
Celsius?
Celsius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celsius.
What's 95 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius?
By the way, we got a room full of bodies.
38?
Right, we're not just looking into
30
space,
something?
looking for answers.
We're like, hey, 38.
38.
Maybe something 30 something. 30
I ain't gonna lie, I would have sympathy for you, but you see my house? That's the hottest place on earth.
Well, bro,
can't lie, bro.
Well, even the other night,
hot,
last night when we were in there, you were cooking.
Hooking,
Yeah.
bro. Like, it's ridiculous.
Man was throwing hooks, and I was getting sprayed on the sidelines.
Yeah.
I make weight easy.
That's what happened. We just didn't turn. We had like
It's the Floyd approach, right?
like in
you gotta replenish though.
It was that was a big part of it. But we had like a heat wave for like the entire camp. Like it was one of the hottest summers in our area.
Same.
Yeah,
So
in London
it's
too.
been, it's been nicer out here. So that really helped and just prep. And then it was nicer out. Like I was like, oh wow, it's nice to be able to breathe.
Bro, you said this last week on the pod that you were even then you're like itching, like it's the fight, I want to fight, like I'm ready, I'm ready.
I could have fought like
That is
2 weeks
what
ago.
I find hard to control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to burn that emotion too much.
Yeah.
Before it's time to actually hit the victim.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Because that kills you.
Yeah.
When you go over that
hill,
hill,
you think it's good because you're like, I'm ready to fight.
Yeah.
When you got like 10 days and you're like, oh, I could bang him up today.
Yeah.
It drains you.
Yeah.
It's like you have to refrain from being ready.
Yeah, I've been super
time.
calm. I feel like the nerves have been in quite control because I've been in much scarier situations, like in certain fights with MMA fights and kickboxing fights where I felt way less prepared.
Yeah.
Where I was like, bro, this can go anyway in the next like 20 minutes. Just take an opportunity. There was a couple of fights that I shouldn't even been in, but I was like, let's do it. So when it comes to like nerves wise, I've done it. So this one I feel a lot more prepared and I don't feel like I'm in enemy territory. I'm in the UK, which is where I competed before.
This is and you
a lot of my fan base is here, so I love
here,
these people.
you done bits.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, talking about fan bases. I forgot this guy's name, but he's a big fan of yours, bro. He would love.
Was it Don's?
Don's. It is Don's. There's a guy called Don's. Yeah, it's my friend's friend. But like she called me and was like, please, get Sensei to shout him out, please. I was like, I didn't know Sensei got fans like that.
Yeah, it's real.
I said, wow. I said,
okay. I'm not gonna lie, my fan base is
it's strong, bro.
It's bigger in UK than it is in the US.
Yeah, bro.
It is strong.
Yeah.
It is
That's
strong.
why when I got the opportunity, like, oh, it's UK again. I'm like, to me, it feels more like I'm fighting on home court here.
Yeah.
Because I've never boxed anywhere else.
Yeah.
So, like, it's one of those things where I feel more at home here.
I'm gonna drop an interesting fact here.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, Sensei is responsible for this. You and your channel is the reason why I started listening to Logic.
No way, that's crazy.
I didn't listen to Logic before your channel. 2018, when you came over to train JJ first time, help out. That's when I first saw your fight, and you used Logic as your
what's crazy?
Intro music.
I'm using the same. I'm using the same one. I haven't used that walkout song since then.
What song?
Flexecution.
Oh,
it was my intro on YouTube too.
Yeah,
No,
It was my intro on YouTube.
It was his intro on YouTube, and I said, "Who's this guy?"
And it was my walkout song, so I'm using it again.
And that puts you on the line.
From then,
That's
I was
crazy.
listening to Logic, and then when JJ fought Logan for the second time, no, I'm lying. The first time, but the LA press conference.
Yes.
Logic performed there live, and that's when I first saw Logic live. But I was already listening to him because you was running it.
And Logic was from, which is even crazier about this, was my relationship with Temper, with Tommy. Because Logic, not fully, but got really put on from FaZe Clan. So one of Logic's first songs called Spotlight. FaZe Clan used on one of their, the FaZe, I think 1 Miltage. So it was one of their biggest montages on Call of Duty. They used Logic's song that was going crazy. So like Logic and Tommy are like close. Like he's been to his wedding. Like he's known Logic since he was like underground days.
That's crazy.
So that's why we had a relationship with there.
I
So
see Temper earlier. I think he just come back from a run or something. He's looking locked in.
Dude, he's
I told Sensei this. I just did a face-off with him and Slim, and I hadn't seen Tommy that locked in, and not just locked in, but intense.
He still like saw me and was like, yo, like interacted.
Yeah.
But you could tell he was like in the zone.
He was intense in that face-off. I was like, this is a Tommy I haven't seen.
He's living in the gym.
He's gonna smoke Slim in there.
He's living in the gym. That's what I expect.
It's gonna be hard to see any other, like, the way we've been talking about Slim. I know he's ready. I know he's pumped. It's 2 weeks notice. It's tough, to come in on that kind of notice with Tommy being in camp as long as he has. We'll see though. It'll be a fun fight.
I don't think Slim. Yeah, I don't think Slim's gonna win that.
It's hard. I thought Slim was bigger.
You told me he wasn't, and I was like, "There's no way Sensei thinks he's that." And then I saw him, and I was like, "He's son of a gun. He's smaller than Tommy."
Yeah, I don't know how tall he is.
About 6'1", 6 flat.
Yeah, he's about 6'1".
But Slim, named for a reason, right?
Yeah, but I thought like the range would kind of cancel each other out
what I thought
initially by thinking of the matchup. But I'm like, oh no, Tommy's still bigger. And
you know what I'm going back to now is that Blueface fight.
Yeah.
To me, like. Now that some of that more footage of Blueface has come out.
Blueface looking good.
No, yeah, I thought
the way he was gonna fight Tommy, I was like,
but I still think Tommy has just got that ring. That
I want to see, but Tommy is in a different mindset too. I think he wants to really come out and front foot people now. I think like him and Wally both have been talking about. We want to showcase a little more this time.
He's gonna get a little bit of Wally.
Wally, more influence that Wally, and it's showing too. Yeah, and it's showing.
How many rounds is it? How many rounds are you doing?
That's the hard part about this thing. I can't keep up with them.
Yeah, who's doing it?
I think there's some guys going threes, there's some guys going, oh God, I don't want to start on it. We did a whole podcast on the belts. We were like, bro, what is happening with these damn things?
Have you seen the belts? Do you know what the belts look like?
No,
I saw what looked like some of the belts, but I didn't know if they were official or what.
-4.
But yeah, and I've heard that I've heard that Fuzi and Deji are 3.
What?
That's what I heard.
No.
And Fuzi was upset with it. He was like, I wanted to do 4.
Well, mine was supposed to be
I could be wrong, by the way.
Everyone was supposed to be 3. I thought. Not everybody.
I know it's public.
Undercover was supposed to be 30.
JJ's doing 2 3s, yeah.
He's doing 2.
But he has to, man. That's fair, right?
Yeah, for 2 of those.
Commission-wise,
it makes sense to go 6 and 6 now.
You can't do 6 and 6. That's crazy. 3 and 3.
And even if
they shouldn't be going 3 and 3 anyway.
Yeah.
We expect deletion.
I was gonna say,
before round 3.
Yeah.
I don't want to see anyone see the distance, to be honest. I want highlight reels to react to you the following week. And I want to do it side by side with them.
Yeah.
So we got views to get. Don't stink the place out with these points wins. We want to see some sleepers. 51 seconds.
There it is. 51 seconds. There it is.
That's what we want. Arguments over high scores and who done it the quickest.
Actually, though.
That's what I was just saying.
Honestly,
That's what I was just saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was just saying. That's
With
what
the
people
Creator
want to
Clash
see.
deal, yeah.
Maybe without being selfish, I think maybe one should go to gold points.
There should be one of those wars, right?
For his progress. Because you don't get a lot of ring time with KOs, right? And if we want him to get
that's what I've been talking about. You want that experience a little bit.
Like come out, swarms, boom, up, down, and then tornado like kind of let it drag a little bit.
Yeah,
you know, just box him.
We gotta see him box.
Get some rounds.
Get some box rounds.
Yeah.
Because 2 fights in one night that add up to a total of 2 minutes doesn't shake ring rust.
Yeah.
And if the whole point is to shake ring rust, have some rounds in it.
Yeah.
I'm not into the rounds thing anymore. I used to be. Then I realized.
I heard you talking about it in the last one.
Well, you can see it in the way you fight too now, though.
Yeah, I thought, you know what? The P's is exactly the same. And this is a lot more fun.
I'm not getting paid by the hour here.
But I don't go. I'm not gonna hunt for him. I'm not gonna be a mad.
Right.
But if it's there, you're taking it.
Yeah, I see
you're not
why.
coming with the intention. No, I'm gonna go the whole thing.
I see why people are go for kills and some people box. Like I see, I feel it the difference now.
Well, let's get one question about, or I guess two, Vidal. He's already here. Yeah, man. W Clothing, shout out, appreciate that. Vidal has the only. I know he had his on earlier. He was, you know what I'm saying. Listen, we rep the FaZe Clan too on this channel, but Vidal has the only. Well, now that people are buying it, but he had the first XL, by the way. That's the first one. And it fits him like a glove, so you know what kind of shape he's in. But let's talk real quick before we get out of here about Vidal, man. You got anything coming up? Fights?
Yeah, haven't got a fight date yet.
I'll tell you this, he looks like he's in friggin' camp, the way he was training. I was like, this dude's fully in camp,
I think next week I'm going to take some time off. I think I'm going to chill, act like I'm fighting.
Make some videos.
Fighting, and just go on the celebration.
He's in full content mode. You should have seen, he was showing me the whole thing before you got in here. He's like,
content mode right now, but I'm still training. I'm still training, but I haven't got a date yet.
Let's say this. You wanted to go 2 this year, right?
Definitely.
2 more?
2 more this year.
Yeah.
And I know Huey Fury is fighting Michael Hunter.
You want to get on
October the 29th?
Get on that one
in Birmingham. So I'm putting friendly pressure on my promoter Ben.
Come on, Ben.
To put me on that show. I would like to be on the undercard, so please.
Let's get that worked out.
I keep saying it on every interview, and then he's gonna DM me like, bro, why didn't you just ask? I did ask, but I'm asking publicly.
It's that manifest.
Put it out there. I'm manifesting it.
Yes.
I want to be out before then, before October 29th. I want to be out, but at the latest, October 29th.
There it is, man. And then we're going domestic belts, baby.
Yeah, next year. Next fight will be my last 6 rounder.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go up to 8. I want to finish this year on an 8-round fight.
And then we get gold, baby.
Then as soon as it hits 10 rounds is titles.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully by the end of next year, I got some sort of title. Maybe one that you recognize, maybe one that you don't. But either way,
okay.
I have a belt by the end of next year.
We want that green and gold, baby. That's what we want. WBC. All right, man. There it is on the breakdown side. We got our boy in the building.
Yes.
Vidal Riley. This has been.
Shout out to Breakdown.
Yeah.
I love you guys, man. For real.
Appreciate that, bro.
The real. There's only a few people in the YouTube boxing scene that I can sit down with and know they're speaking sense. I don't question anything you guys are saying. I just say, okay, that's true. But maybe this. The one thing that we're not going to have is you standing in the ring live talking about the fastest growing boxing podcast. We're not going to do that. Because it's Real and Wills. That is the fastest growing.
On the Zone Network.
But besides that, everything you guys say, I agree with.
Yeah, bro.
So love to you. Love to you,
know what I'm saying? We tried it. We tried it.
My companions in this thing, they don't tell lies, but today they did. That's the last bit.
Had to get on the Zone Airways and tell him, boy. I had to let him know.
I heard him in the ring. I said, I couldn't hear lies. I couldn't hear lies.
That was in the middle of his interview. He said,
I was doing interviews. I was in my pundit mode. I was in my interviewer mode, and I heard, I said, he said something that wasn't true. I'll get on to him about that later. I'm going to store that one in the back of the
Was that before or after the body shot?
That was after. That's why that was my shot back. He hit me to the body. I hit him back.
He said, quickly, you got to shout out the Breakdown, right? I said,
yeah, man.
But now I'm on it later in the night. That's how you know it's all.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Thank you for having me on.